we have a special guest on the pod. He is the head coach of the KMAC champion Centerburg Trojans, #1 team in that stacked Division 6 Region 23. His squad has the bye week and will play in 2 weeks' time on the OH Report. Welcome in Andy Colella, KMAC champion head coach. Coach, how are things going down in Trojan land?
Good. What's up, guys?
Oh, just celebrating a basketball Monday since, everybody's NFL teams lost here this week.
One all, yes, right.
Fresh off of a very, I wouldn't say easy, but it's a strong victory over the Fredericktown Freddies in Freddyburg. Just, you had a couple days to just, sit back and think about it. But just, I guess, let's start off, just talk about the victory in the Freddyburg and bringing that trophy home. Not only that to keep it, but also bringing home an undefeated KMAC record and a trophy for the championship.
Yeah, I think going into the game, you're not sure kind of how your kids are going to respond to their offense. But I thought once we settled in, I kind of figured some things out. I thought we played really well defensively and very efficient on offense, and just really proud of the kids and the effort. And we talked the other day about it's really cool to watch, a group of kids, in this case, set a goal, and work many weeks, sometimes months, to get to that point, and for it to come to fruition is really cool for them, and just really proud of them.
Coach, just kind of take me through this season. How fun has it been just watching this group grow throughout the last 7 weeks in this undefeated KMAC run, and what it's been like having a front row seat on the sidelines, getting to watch this team work?
Yeah, exactly. Get the best seat in the house. Watch those guys play. I love watching them play. They play with great effort and energy. They enjoy what they're doing. You don't get that all the time. So to get a group of kids that goes out and loves playing the game is really special. And, for them to accomplish, that goal, they have other goals in mind as well. But for right now, to see them accomplish that and to be, front row on that whole deal there is pretty cool.
Coach, going off of that, this is a very special team. I mean, you have so many pieces on the defensive and offensive end. When did you first know that this was going to be a very special team this season?
You kind of have an idea of what you have back. You're not really sure how it all fits together. But early in the summer, you start competing against other schools and, 7-on-7s and scrimmages, and you get a better idea. Like, we scrimmage Upper Sandusky and Columbus Academy. Columbus Academy is a great program. We competed well against them. I think that gave our kids some confidence. They had a different kind of edge to them after that, and that kind of set us in the right direction.
Well, Coach, now the table resets, and I was looking forward to asking you about this bye week that you guys are about to embrace coming up this Friday. What do you see? What's the angle that you and your coaching staff are going to take using this bye to propel you to Week 12?
Yeah, we're kind of in uncharted territory here. The only other time something similar has happened was during COVID, when everybody made the playoffs and there was a group of teams that had a bye week. But that was a little bit different than this week because you were battling the whole COVID thing and trying to stay healthy and not sick and all that kind of stuff. But our approach give the kids some time off here. We were actually off today. Get back at it for a couple days and then just kind of recharge. Get them moving around tomorrow and have more of a practice-like structure for the next 3 days. And, you want them competing, but at the same time, I think we have a pretty mature team, and to get them healthy is most important.
And Coach, is there going to be any type of, maybe a scrimmage on Friday night, anything to keep that, that script, that schedule that you guys have going? Because, the last 10 weeks you've been playing on a Friday night, is it something where maybe like a two-hand touch game, flag football, something not to get them injured, but to keep them into that mindset of, hey, we got a game on Friday?
No, that hadn't been part of the conversation yet. Maybe as the week goes along, I don't know. But to your point, though, the competitive nature, I think we were going to throw in some, competitive situations the next couple of days and get them to compete that way. But I think the end goal for the week is to be healthier and rejuvenated from, where we were at. It's a long haul. It's 10 weeks plus the 2 scrimmages plus the week before that. So 13 weeks is a long time. So I think, earning the right to have a week off per se, I think could be a good thing.
And you're not the only one in the KMAC getting a week off. I want to give a shout out also to Coach Mike Reed in Mount Gilead. I know that they told us a little bit of their plans for their bye week that they want to. Well, I think Coach Reed, was it you that he texted to see
earlier? He said that, hey, are you guys going to be streaming the Colonel Crawford game? I'm going to be there, but all the boys, they want to get in the locker room and they want to watch it. So I think I know where you're going with this, Jonathan. What are your plans for scouting your possible next opponent, which is either Ridgewood or Newcomerstown? Is that something where you guys, the coaches, are going, or is there maybe a stream where the boys are going to be watching back in Centerburg?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. They play Newcomerstown. I do know that. We'll have to scour the internet to see if it's streamed somewhere. I don't know how that works over in that part of the state, but
sorry, Coach, we don't either do that one.
Yeah, that's all right, I suppose. But do one of the two things. If it's not streamed, go check it out in person, and it's kind of neat. You get an opportunity to go see a different game in the middle, not in the middle of the season, but in the playoffs there. So that's kind of neat.
We talked a little bit about, what are your thoughts about the bye week? I know it's a good thing to get your boys healthy. If anybody's hurt up, get some energy back in the squad. But when this was unveiled that we were going to the actual format that the coaches wanted before COVID, was this something that you've wanted?
I mean, I like the old 8 team deal. It's pretty straightforward. It's competitive. I guess, this might be the next best thing. I'm not sure. I don't know if there's a way to do it, but I thought we were talking about it in school today. If the top 4 teams had an option, maybe kind of like they do in, I don't know, basketball or some of the other sports where they set up the bracket.
Well, like a seeding.
Like if you wanted to play, you can play since you're in the top 4. If you wanted to buy, you could have the buy. I don't even know if that's a possibility or not, but we were talking about it today in school. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of like what volleyball did this year with their districts, where the number 1 seed, they get to look at an empty bracket basically and place themselves wherever they want, and then it depends on the rest of the seeding going 1 through 12 in this case to see where the 2 seed wants to go from there, where the 3 goes from there, where the 4, and then so on. So that'd be interesting to see. I don't know if we would see some higher seeds try to take on the higher seeds earlier, or because that does happen sometimes.
Well, this goes in my next question for Coach. I was on the call a couple years ago when a highly seeded Centerburg team played a good Columbus Academy squad that was a lower seed. Columbus Academy came in and knocked you guys off. That might be something where you would see teams trying to avoid it. But Coach, let's talk about that just for a moment. You got the tough loss to Columbus Academy opening round of the playoffs that year. Is that something you guys as a coaching staff kind of learned about, I don't know, about preparation or things like that, not taking any teams for granted? I know it was a bad draw for you guys at that, but, did you guys learn anything from that playoff season that you can bring into this year?
Yeah, absolutely you do. You try to learn from everything, but when you get to this point of the season, we're trying to tell the kids on Saturday, the good thing is they've experienced this now, but there's just a different sense of urgency to the games. It's one and done. It's literally a 1-game season. You try to preach that all year, but when you're in week 1, in the back of your mind, you have 9 more weeks. But now in this situation, you can't take anybody lightly. They just need to beat you one time. That's it.
And it goes back. And it goes back to all 12 of these teams earned their spots in the playoffs. While it is smaller, a lot of teams are going to be a threat. And I know that in the KMAC, there's a lot of respect for you and the rest of the coaches and the teams that did make the playoffs. I don't know how I feel if I'm the 6th-seeded Steubenville Central Catholic Crusaders as they look and get ready to take on Danville that just went to a state Final Four as an 11 seed. So, Coach, just kind of brag on the rest of your teams in the KMAC and whoever was able to make it into the postseason and how tough of a league it was this year.
Yeah, I think we talked about that a little bit at the beginning of the season and the pregame or the preseason. show that you guys had. With the success of the teams the last several years. Last year there were 2 Final Four teams. It's a great preparation for the postseason. This year, Mount Gilead and Danville and Fredericktown, they've all earned the right to play in the playoffs. And, it's cool to coach with those guys. It's a great league, competitive-wise. It's, the coaches are top-notch. So it's fun to be a part of, and it's really cool to watch their success in the postseason.
And going with that, I mean, the teams you just said, Mount Gilead, Danville, Fredericktown, 3 of the last 4 games that you played this season. So I guess I could say you're battle-tested, especially over the last 4 weeks. Just the way that schedule played out for you guys, that has to be a benefit, playing some high-quality playoff opponents, and in even the atmosphere of Freddyburg, where both of you guys go in there 8-1, not only for a championship, but for a high seed. So it seems like you guys have already played playoff football this year.
Yeah, absolutely. All 3 of those teams, the last couple weeks there, have that caliber to them. So it's good to get that competition and, to compete. And then obviously for us to win those games, bodes well and builds confidence in our kids. When we get to this point, hopefully it will pay some dividends.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll let you get back to your preparation for the bye week. Get your players some rest this week. Enjoy it. Go watch some good football on Friday night. And, best of luck. I know Jonathan, he's already called dibs for your game next Friday night. So we wish you nothing but the best of luck. Wish you best of health this week for all your boys. And congratulations on the KMAC Championship.
And I'll see you in the heart of Ohio.
Awesome. Sounds good, guys. Thank you very much.